In a shocking twist that has stunned armies and reignited questions surrounding BTS's future, Jin BTS has reportedly vanished from public view following his emotional final solo concert in Amsterdam, and now, fresh rumors suggest he may not be alone. According to multiple unverified reports, Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, was allegedly spotted alongside Jin in a discreet luxury resort tucked away in the Swiss Alps. The sighting, first shared by a local staff member on a now-deleted forum post, described two Korean celebrities, one with a baby face and the other with long hair and bucket hat, arriving via private car late at night and checking in under pseudonyms. Though there is no official confirmation, the BTS fandom is already in a frenzy. The idea that Jin and Jungkook may have gone off-grid together after weeks of intense physical and emotional strain has sparked concern, curiosity, and an avalanche of speculation. A quiet exit after a loud ending Jin, whose #Seokjin tour ended in Amsterdam on August 10th, gave what many called the performance of a lifetime. But behind the scenes, insiders whispered of exhaustion, burnout, and even a minor health scare following the concert's conclusion. He was expected to return to Seoul or Los Angeles for rest, but then nothing, and photos, and live streams, and Weverse posts, and airport sightings. Just silence. HYB has refused to comment, only stating that Jin is on personal leave. But fans aren't buying it. Not when Jungkook also mysteriously disappeared from public radar around the same time. Why Switzerland? Why now? The luxury resort in question, allegedly located in Zermatt, near the base of the Matterhorn, is known for strict privacy policies and celebrity clientele. With secluded villas, no paparazzi, and private chefs, it's the kind of place global superstars flee to when they need to be truly unreachable. Could this be a getaway? A planned escape? A protest? A healing journey? Or is there something deeper happening between the two members? Armies are torn between worry and warmth while some fans are expressing concern over the duo's vanishing act. Others are choosing to believe it's an act of mutual care. If anyone can heal Jin, it's Jungkook, one fan wrote on X. They've always had a quiet bond behind the cameras. Maybe he's making sure Hyung doesn't fall apart. Still, the timing has raised eyebrows. Some believe the move could be part of a bigger internal conflict with HYB, especially after the company failed to adequately address Jin's health and workload. He gave them everything, one tweet read. Now he's giving himself time, with someone who won't leave his side. More than just a disappearance. Is this the start of a new era? There are growing rumors that this low-key disappearance might not just be about healing, but about resetting everything. With whispers of a BTS reunion in 2026, some speculate that Jin and Jungkook may be reevaluating how they want to return, not just as idols, but as humans with limits, scars, and stories. For now, no cameras have captured them. No hotel logs have surfaced. No fan interactions have been confirmed. All that exists is a shadowy outline of two souls slipping into the mountains, leaving behind stadiums and spotlights for a moment of stillness. And in that stillness, the world is holding its breath. The silence continues to stretch like a shadow over the global BTS fandom, and every second without news feels heavier than the last. What began as whispers in an obscure online post from a staffer at a high-end Swiss resort has now escalated into a full-blown mystery, one that fans, journalists, and industry insiders are desperately trying to unravel. Jin, the eldest member of BTS, beloved for his playful energy and heartbreaking vulnerability, has not been seen or heard from since his emotional final concert in Amsterdam. And now, all signs point to a quiet disappearance into the icy stillness of the Alps, with none other than Jungkook by his side. The resort in question is one of Switzerland's most private, a place where NDAs are stricter than passports, where security footage is forbidden, and where no one gets in or out without complete discretion. Multiple fan accounts, some of which have since been suspended, claim that a black car with tinted windows and Korean license plates was seen entering the property late at night. One person, allegedly a seasonal concierge, posted anonymously that two Korean men checked in with almost no luggage, wearing oversized coats and hats, and didn't speak a single word to anyone besides their translator. That post vanished within hours. This mystery deepens when you realize that both Jin and Jungkook vanished from the public eye almost simultaneously. Jin's absence could be chalked up to post-tour recovery, but Jungkook, who had several individual commitments, also disappeared from the spotlight. No appearances, no schedules, no updates. The synchronization has fueled a tidal wave of fan theories. Some believe the two went away to reconnect after a turbulent year, while others wonder if it's a subtle form of protest, a statement against the relentless pace of the industry, and perhaps even against HYB's silence following Jin's rumored collapse after the tour. Despite the tension, there's a tender side to this narrative that fans can't ignore. Jin has long been viewed as the hyung who puts everyone else first, who jokes to hide pain and smiles through discomfort. Jungkook, his Dongsing, has been known for his loyalty, protectiveness, and deep emotional intuition. The idea that Jungkook quietly followed him, or even led him, to a place of healing is one that brings both comfort and heartbreak. Could it be that Jin, after years of shouldering burdens alone, is finally letting someone else carry some of the weight? And if so, what does that say about the bond between them? It's a narrative too powerful to ignore. Two superstars, one emotionally exhausted and the other quietly defiant, retreating from the chaos of fame to the peace of anonymity. No cameras, no stylists, no noise, just mountains, silence, and maybe for the first time in years, freedom. HYB's silence in this saga is deafening. While fans have been pleading for clarity, the company continues to issue blanket statements about respecting artist privacy. But fans aren't asking for invasive details, they're asking if the people they love are safe, and whether this disappearance is an act of healing or a silent scream for help. The longer the silence stretches, the more it feels intentional. Maybe this is a message. Maybe it's not just an escape, but a rebellion. A declaration that idols are not machines, and that behind the stage lights are human beings with breaking points. As the sun sets over the snowy peaks of Switzerland, the world waits. Somewhere out there, maybe in a secluded cabin lit by a fire, Jin and Jungkook are breathing freely for the first time in years. And until they return, if they return, ARMY will be watching the horizon, not with demands, but with hope, love, and the quiet understanding that even the brightest stars need darkness to shine again. In Seoul, the silence has become unbearable. News outlets have begun speculating with caution, walking a thin line between truth and invasion, but fans are filling the void with their own narrative, a narrative built not on scandal, but on empathy. Everywhere across social media, the tone has shifted from confusion to unwavering support. The trending hashtags aren't accusatory, they're protective. Hashtag let Jin rest, hashtag Jungkook with Hyung, hashtag healing in the Alps. All of them echo the same sentiment. If this is what it takes for them to feel human again, then let them stay hidden a little longer. Fan art floods timelines, some showing Jin wrapped in a blanket by a snowy window, others depicting Jungkook pouring tea in silence while snow falls outside. These imagined moments have become the only comfort in a reality that offers none. The pain of not knowing is softened only by the belief that they are together. Because to the fans who have followed them for a decade, nothing about this feels random. Jungkook doesn't disappear without reason. Jin doesn't go silent unless he has to. And both of them, when they move this quietly, are doing so with intent. HYB may remain cold and calculated in its silence, but BTS has always spoken in the spaces between noise. Their bond, the years of shared burdens, their unspoken support for each other, it all points to something deeper than company protocols or entertainment schedules. This isn't about drama. This is about protection, about healing, about retreating into a world that doesn't demand smiles on command. Maybe that's what they've built now in Switzerland, a bubble untouched by flash photography and corporate pressure. A space where Jin can finally cry without apology and Jungkook can hold his hand without cameras turning it into headlines. Fans don't need to see photos. They don't need proof, because the trust is too deep now. If Jin and Jungkook chose to disappear together, then ARMY will choose to wait together. Not because they expect an answer, but because they know when Jin returns, whenever that may be, and however he may look, he won't return alone. He'll return with a peace that only someone like Jungkook could help him find. And in that silence, in that snow-covered stillness, a new kind of story is being written, not for the world, not for the media, but for them. For the Hyung and the Magne who once lived under stage lights, but now live under stars.